What's up, staunch gang? I just saw Weird, the Al Yankovic story, and goddamn, I loved it so much, I just had to pop in and recommend it to all of my fine viewers. Basically, I mean, this is the perfect film. This is the perfect biopic, if I've ever seen one. And of course, we all know UHF. We're all big fans of UHF, as am I. And that film, luckily for all of us, really does ring familiar, if you will, with this one. Like, there was a lot of points in this film where you just get UHF vibes, which I just loved. And hey, Roku, shout out to Roku for making one hell of a flick. Basically, I'm just going to give a quick review of the film with, full spoilers, so warning, spoilers ahead. I recommend you watch the film before, hearing my spiel here, but hey, whatever, let's get weird. The film has a hilarious opening, like, it feels like a Lifetime movie. It's shot like a Lifetime movie, the title cards, the music, everything looks like a Lifetime movie, and you really get that feel. And the little kid they got as the young Weird Al are awesome. He's awesome. Just the same with the older version. Like, there's two little kid versions, I think, of Weird Al. Both perfect here. And the movie's being told to us all through a deep, grisly voiceover that is, Weird Al himself, apparently. It's really off-putting, but hilarious. So right away, you're like, kind of like, what is this movie? You kind of think that, at first viewing, I at least thought, damn, they're kind of missing the boat here. Like, this looks pretty cheap, but hey. And then, the film keeps going. Weird Al is a weird little kid. His dad is kind of against everything, in typical biopic form. And then a traveling accordion salesman shows up. I think it was Tom Lennon. And he gets his ass kicked by the dad. And he is basically shunned he basically shuns accordions in the house and does not want any accordions in the house. But Weird Al's mom buys it for him. And Weird Al then morphs into full older Weird Al. So then Weird Al and his friends, they go to a party. And this is when I noticed the movie is getting weird. Like, this is when I started to notice. When they go to a polka party, and all the kids are doing polka, and they're all in a polka, and they're talking polka, and a polka is cool, you know what I mean? So right away I was like, wait, what's happening here? And so yeah, that's when I started to notice how weird it was getting, and how amazing it is how he's doing an obvious spoof of biopics here. Like whenever he comes up with songs, it's like the most amazing thing ever. The dad is like forcing a shitty job on him down at the factory, and he's like, what do y'all make at the factory? He's like, you'll find out what we make at the factory when you work at the factory. It's just like this place called the Factory that took his dad's hand, and it's like the most droll version of what Weird Al could be doing. So the Lifetime feel, the movie just keeps going. It's hilarious, man, and the Lifetime feel just keeps going. We see how he wrote the My Baloney, and it's just like this big, like, miraculous event when he writes this song and gets on the radio and gets under Dr. Demento's wing, here played by Rainn Wilson, which is amazing. He looks the same the entire movie, and like he kind of just gets fucked over in the end. It's pretty funny. And with Dr. Demento's little pool party scene rather, we get some hilarious cameos here. Of course, they're all fake, but hilarious nonetheless. Like, we get a hilarious Pee Wee Herman cameo. Divine is in the bunch. Salvador Dali, Donald Trump's there, Elvira, and Conan O'Brien in a side-splitting cameo as Andy Warhol. And of course, Jack Black shows up as Wolfman Jack and steals the scene. And there's a really funny Queen joke. I don't want to spoil that for you, but they make some jokes at their expense. Whenever they get over the another one rides the bus sequence. So then at this point in the film, Weird Al decides he's going to stop writing parodies and write original music. Weird, right? Yeah. So the film keeps catching you off guard. And he meets Madonna, and him and Madonna have some hilarious scenes when they're meeting up. And you see, like, Madonna's kind of becoming like an overbearing presence here. And then, Weird Al's getting offered movie roles for all this money, and he gets offered to be the new James Bond. And Pablo Escobar is offering him a shitload of money to play his birthday, as we learn Pablo Escobar is a huge fan. So the big switch in this film is that, yeah, Weird Al decides he's not going to write parodies anymore. And so the first song he does write as an original Weird Al song is Beat It. So then, naturally, Michael Jackson rips him off and does Beat It. So, it's pretty funny how they switched that around. And there's this hilarious scene here where Weird Al finds out that Michael Jackson ripped off his song, and he just keeps beating the phone against this counter at a restaurant. And then he, slaps a plate out of a waiter's hand. Those are, two of my favorite gags ever. And the film really makes great use of spoofing tropes like fame getting to your head and losing it on alcohol. Then he fires the band. There's the girlfriend here, Madonna, is manipulating him and into doing all kinds of nasty shit. And then there's the drunk driving incident, nearly dying. It's all here, just like every other biopic, and it's hilarious. So after his drunk driving accident, Weird Al's life is saved by surgeons, where he decides he gives in to what the evil Madonna wants, her song parodied, as that's the only way her career will survive in this film. So he covers Like a Surgeon, of course, and the concert scene is awesome. Again, it looks like a Lifetime movie. Small crowds, minimal stage, everything's just real Lifetime-y, and then it's Weird Al doing the actual singing with Daniel Radcliffe parodying it, and it looks perfectly ill-suited. It's amazing. And it really does look like Lifetime made an unauthorized Weird Al movie. It's so, I love it. It's so funny to see a biopic, downward spiral that you see in all the other biopics. It's so funny to see that done like this in a comedy that looks like this. Seriously, it's something I never thought I'd see. And it just keeps getting wackier. As with the same trope, it then spoofs The Doors. There's a drunken concert scene where basically Weird Al's life's falling apart because Michael Jackson parodied one of his songs. So Madonna, of course, decides to take full advantage of him. And with the third act going balls to the wall, there's evil plotting Madonna, a down on his luck Al. There's this pretty awesome John Wick-esque action scene too that reminded me a lot of UHF for some reason. And then, Pablo Escobar's people kidnap Madonna, so this sets Weird Al into just rage of vengeance, and we basically get more UHF vibes as Weird Al goes full Rambo when he goes to Colombia to rescue Madonna. Yeah, you heard that right. Pablo Escobar kidnaps Madonna in order to get Weird Al to play his birthday. By the way, this is the best portrayal of Pablo Escobar ever put on screen. Trust me. And it was with the ordeal with Escobar that I realized that Weird Al has a huge body count in this film. He has a lot of blood on his hands. And Madonna comes up with the idea of taking over Escobar's drug trade whenever that ordeal's over. And Weird Al wants to make music, but Madonna's like, why? We can take over Escobar's drug empire. It's then that Weird Al realizes Madonna was using him. After all of this in Colombia, where he promptly leaves her ass. So Weird Al finally decides to find solace, where he must work at the factory with his dad, where again, we get, the biopic trope. The father-son talk. All eras from My Baloney to Amish Paradise are covered in this film. That's something I didn't expect to see. The live concert performances are so awesome, just to see Daniel Radcliffe in full gear from that era doing the song, and it's just all a huge spoof. In fact, we see an angry Coolio during the live Amish Paradise scene. Rest in peace, Coolio. And the film ultimately ends with Weird Al being assassinated by Madonna's goons after winning an award. But of course, don't go anywhere, as there are post-credit stingers and jokes all the way to the end of the film, literally. Overall, the film is amazing. It may be the best biopic ever made, and me being such a huge fan of UHF, it's so nice to see Weird Al back doing his thing. The movie really is brilliant, and it kept me guessing the whole time. And if you know anything about Weird Al, you'll get the joke right away, as far as his actual family life, etc., and how it's portrayed here. The guy deserves all of his accolades, and I hope he stays weird for years to come. Way to go, Roku Originals. Way to go. Y'all knocked it out of the park. I was debating uploading spoilers and whatnot. It's still pretty early on. But then I remembered years ago when Weird Al released his album and he was putting up free music videos once a week. And I was waiting all day to watch the free video for First World Problems that just wouldn't load. No matter how many times you clicked it wouldn't load. We were looking for like, illegal uploads too, and there were nowhere to be found. And it was just ruined my whole day because I loved just watching a new Weird Al video at the end of my day, So it was just a joke at the fans' expense when we find out next week the video is uploaded, and that we all got angry about not being able to watch a free video on the internet called First World Problems. Bamboozled by Weird Al. Brilliant. Yeah, so, because of that, I hope you guys enjoyed my full spoiler video. Stay weird.